we'll move on to the next speaker, who is Jennifer Thoms from Archaeology Scotland. Jennifer has worked in Scottish archaeology for over 30 years in a variety of roles across the sector. She joined Archaeology Scotland in 2009 and has become the learning officer in 2014. But since 2019, she has been the editor of Archaeology Scotland's annual journal called Discovery and Excavation in Scotland, DES for short. The volume is with the publishers at the moment and due out at the end of May. So Jennifer is here today to tell you a little bit about Discovery and Excavation Scotland and how you can get involved with this type of work. Thank you, Jennifer.
So thank you for the introduction. I just want to talk for a few minutes about Discovery and Excavation, DES, as you say. I want to just look at what DES is, what it tries to do within Scottish archaeology, how all of you can contribute to it, and how DES can maybe help you with your rock art investigations. Then quickly look at how to report rock art through DES and how to get more information about rock art in general. DES is an evolving journal. This is a picture that shows the version in 1979 as compared to the glossy, much larger version produced last year. DES Archaeology Scotland derives from the Scottish Regional Group of the Council for British Archaeology, which was formed just after the Second World War as part of the general national rebuilding. This slide shows the first page of the first annual report of that group. The group went on to become the Council for Scottish Archaeology and then Archaeology Scotland. You can find out about DES through our website, either through the Our Work section or Join Us. If you don't want to use the website, you'll also find a lot of libraries, particularly university libraries, do stock DES. I'd recommend you look at some of the older issues. They've got quite a lot of interesting content. DES is primarily a member benefit, and other benefits that members get are our magazine, which comes out 3 times a year and which contains themed articles on a range of subjects within Scottish archaeology. In normal years when there's not a pandemic, members also get invited on our time tours, our summer school, and also invited to workshops, conferences, and events that Archaeology Scotland run. So I would encourage you to consider joining Archaeology Scotland if you can, and if you're not already a member. You can also use the Archaeology Scotland website to submit your DES reports. And that's useful because it makes sure that you get your site into the correct parish, for one thing. As I say, previous examples and versions of DES are available on our website. This one is reporting on cut-mark stones from Perthshire, and it's from 1969. So what is DES? We usually launch it at the conference that we hold jointly with the Society of Antiquaries of Scotland, which is called Archaeological Research in Progress. That's held at the end of May. The biggest part of DES is archaeological reports. It also contains information from Historic Environment Scotland about the work they've done over the last year, as well as reports from the National Museum Scotland on radiocarbon dates obtained over the previous year. 2 years ago, we published a summary of Scottish archaeological human remains which have been sampled for ancient DNA analysis, and that's available on our website as well. There's also within DES information on current postgraduates and contact details for local authority archaeologists. And the biggest and most exciting bit is the archaeological contributions. This main section reports on findings from throughout Scotland, laid out by local authority area and then alphabetically by parish and by site name. Each report gives the site name, the contributor name, and the organisation they come from, and the type of excavation that's been carried out, like whether it's a survey or a excavation or a post-excavation report. The report starts with the National Grid reference and then provides a summary of the findings. And at the end, it tells you where the full report is archived and who has funded the work. There's detailed guidelines published within DES on how to compile a report. And we receive reports from a huge range of people. We get museum reports on treasure trove finds. We get reports from the larger archaeological units on their commercial, usually developer-funded work. We also receive reports from universities, from sole traders, and from interested and informed people who are not professional archaeologists. And we particularly welcome reports from community groups. How to submit report, our website, we can submit through our website. As I say, that's a quite good way to do it. Also, if you're preparing an OASIS report, you can do it through that as well. Or you can email me for a form and I can provide for you guidelines and advice. The deadline for reports is for usually the 15th of November, but I welcome anything you can give me before that. Because I obviously get a big rush of things all at once on the 15th of November. Once the volume has come out, all the reports are put onto Canmore. And if you're wanting to report on rock art, we would like, for Canmore purposes, if you could submit one submission for each rock art site or panel, because that avoids them all being clumped together in one big Canmore report, and it makes them easier to find for people using Canmore in the future. I would like to refer you to, obviously, the Scottish Rock Art Project website, which will give you further information on Scottish rock art reporting in general. And here's the website. Will help you recognise, record and report your rock art. And the website will also help you not to report natural features as rock art. Thank you all for listening, and I'd like to thank Persha and the Scottish Art Project and HES for inviting me to talk. If there's any feedback on DES as it exists just now, if you could contact me if you have any ideas for, how you want to tell me how you use it, how it might be better, or like as well, if you want to ask any questions on this short talk. I'm not sure how much time I've left. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jennifer. I don't think we have any questions, but I'll quickly ask one from myself. Have you had any entries yet? Anyone submitting to the DES rock art panels?
I haven't had any. I've just this week submitted the journal to the publishers, and we're just waiting for the first lot of proofs. And we've had some. We usually have some rock art, submitted, and we had a submission from Nick, for example, on these Brockmore. I can't pronounce the site that he was talking about earlier.
Good.
So we usually have some rock art.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.